Welcome to the year 2013, the most unlucky year in the entire century. It's actually more unlucky than finding a peach in your neighbor's garage. Eddie Evans didn't find a peach in his neighbor's garage. He found a peach of a basketball game. He was up in Butte, Nebraska the other night, watching Boyd County take on Ainsworth. We're going to go to Eddie now for Eddie on the Spot.
I'm with Ainsworth assistant girls basketball coach Jeff Carr. Coach, you guys had a nice win, a nice start to your game against Boyd County tonight.
Yeah, we did. I think we were ahead maybe 13-0 and held them scoreless the first quarter. And our two losses this year, we've come out kind of sloppy in the first quarter, so that was nice to see.
I know they cut it to 24-20 late in that second quarter. Those last 6 seconds, you guys scored 2 buckets, pushed the lead back to 8.
Yeah, I think that was really huge for us because they had just cut it to 4. Shania Nelson, after we scored, made a really nice interception on an inbounds pass and got the bucket. And boy, just more of a different feeling going in at halftime. It was a huge break for us.
Howells-Dodge stores the good stuff all over the basketball court. Right now, they're the only unbeaten team in our area. They're on top of our Class D ratings, and they just keep getting better. You got to consider this is a first-year consolidation between the two schools, so they're still learning that chemistry, learning how to play together. And now they're doing it without their best player on the court in Matthew Gooch. Gooch, a senior who helped lead Howells to the state runner-up finish in Class D2 last year, hasn't played the last few games with a groin injury. But it hasn't mattered for the Jaguars. They have a ton of talent and depth, which makes the job much easier for first-year coach Cole Fisher. Just among that talent and depth, Casey Wisniewski, Logan Kampschneider, Luke Hageman, Jesse Faltis, Trevor Bloom, those are all guys that could light it up for 20 points a night on any given night, makes them very hard to defend. And like I said, if they keep developing that chemistry as the year goes on, they're going to be really tough in Class D1 down the stretch. Now, a team earlier in the year that lost to Howells-Dodge and then lost its next 3 games is Pierce. But Pierce seems to be turning that corner. The Blue Jays are pretty young, and don't look now. Really don't look now. Don't look now. Keep watching this. Because the Blue Jays are now 5-6 on the year. They were at 5-5, but on Tuesday night, they suffered a 49-47 loss to Columbus Lakeview, a good Lakeview team. Lakeview's 8-3 on the year. They put up 87 points against a good Columbus SCOTUS team, and Pierce did this without a pair of starters on the court. They did it without all-state caliber point guard Lane Rorick, and they did it without senior three-point specialist and tremendous trumpeter Zach Farringer. Now, Rorick and Farringer were just gone with illnesses, not injuries. So the Blue Jays, you got to imagine, are going to be a little bit deeper and a little bit more confident in each other as the season goes on. And for a team that has played games against only one team with a losing record to this point in the season, Coach Mike Emery wasn't too sure how the season would start, but he was hoping the team would keep building as the year goes on.
And we've told them that from the beginning of the year, that we got to shoot to play well at the end of the year. I told them early on we're not going to be in a position to be looking for a wild card or anything like that. We knew that, but we just have to play our best basketball come district time.
But that season for Pierce is going to continue to be tough, as the Mid-State Conference this year is tougher than making a teenage girl happy, which I think most parents know is virtually impossible. Right now at the top of our Class C poll, you have Wayne, you have O'Neill and Boone Central in the 1, 2, and 3 spots. And number 4 is our preseason number 2 team, Lutheran High Northeast. The Eagles are 11-2. They're having a great season, and they're doing it without Mitch Kenobi. He's missed about half of their games due to just lingering back problems. Coach Greg Rathke told me earlier that they're not going to bring him back to the court until he's fully ready to go. And when that happens, that's going to provide a huge boost for the Eagles because Kenobi is one of the most dynamic players in the area. Now in our Class D ratings, there's another group of solid teams. Wausau, Wynot, St. Mary's, Humphrey St. Francis, Bancroft, Rosalie, Randolph, Clearwater Orchard, coming off a big win over Creighton. Those are all teams that as the season winds down, could be playing for spots in the state tournament. And if they get to the state tournament, they will be tested and they could be playing for a little bit of hardware. But we are only in January 2013, the most unlucky year of the century. So we have a lot to do before then, and we're going to cover that next week. Eddie's going to come back and join us again. We'll hope to see you then. Until then, read your papers.